Throughout my studies, I have encountered research that says when parents are involved in students' education process, it makes for higher levels of achievement. So I wanted to test that theory for myself. So when I got into the classroom initially, I was not enthused about parent communication, parent involvement, because I said, you're coming to mess with my classroom, you're coming to mess with my business. It didn't work for me the first year. I had behavior issues without my parents being involved because I thought I could do it all. Then I had to go and really test the theory. So I started making a concerted effort to involve parents. Along the way, I found out that negativity does not work when you're always telling the parent, oh, he's disrupting my class. That didn't work. So I had to try another approach. I had to mix positives and tell strengths and tell weaknesses. So I had to have a mixture of it. So I have learned from all the mistakes I've made. When I did involve parents genuinely and talk about the whole child, it made such a world of difference because parents trust what I say and children realize that. And when they realize that teacher and parent have a good relationship, they do not want to get on the wrong side. So they make sure that they're always achieving at their best and working hard to control themselves in class.
There are many different reasons that parents aren't engaged in education. The first may be that they had negative experiences themselves. A lot of our parents were actually products of the DC public school system, and if they grew up and they didn't have a positive experience with the school system, they may already have a negative taste in their mouth when their children go to school. So we need to change the culture. This may be a culture that's been created over generations or decades. So parents may necessarily go into their child's education not having a positive outlook on the schools, and it's our job to change that.
I think engaging families is really hard, and at least in my experience, it gets less difficult, but it doesn't quite get easy. And I think it's something that's really, because it's hard, it's very tempting to avoid it. We can't avoid student behavior. You're either going to deal with it or it's going to drive you absolutely crazy. I mean, you're in the classroom with the kids. You have to figure out how to manage student behavior. And in our first or second years of teaching, we figure out how to do it. But you don't have to learn to engage families. And you could be a teacher for 30 years and you could avoid it the entire 30 years. And I think what I would want people to know is it's hard, and everybody I know, at least, and speaking for myself, makes mistakes at it, and sometimes makes really bad mistakes. And when you try something new, the chances are it's going to be a little bit successful. You'll probably get some good results, and you'll probably make some mistakes and have some big frustrations. And the next time you do it, you're going to know how to do it better. It's going to be more successful. So I would encourage people to try new things, to just prepare yourself that there are going to be frustrations, that there's going to be some personal growth as well, but that it's really important. It's really important in helping our children beyond our classroom and helping our children beyond the standards that we want them to meet. We can impact a child in what they're expected to know in our grade level, and then we can impact a family that's going to carry on with them throughout their life.